As the Uruguayan curls one in. Oh, Middlesbrough take the lead!
What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of our FM24 career mode here on the beta as the manager of the mighty Boro. And yes, I am still manager of the Boro. We were a little bit unsure at the end of the last episode, weren't we? What might happen with us playing 2 games in the Championship off screen? Because things were getting a little bit hairy. I think we'd gone 1 win in 8, we'd lost 6 in a row or something. It was looking diabolical, and we had top of the table Norwich and Stoke City to come. And we have somewhat steadied the ship, kinda. We absolutely shithoused a win against Norwich. And when I mean shithoused, they're top of the league. They battered us. They hit the bar. They hit the post. Dieng made save after save after save. And despite going 1-0 down, we somehow shithoused a win at Carrow Road. We literally nicked 2 goals at the start of the second half, and then I parked it. I parked that bus as much as a bus can be parked. 5 at the back, 3 centre mids in front, and we hung on. And that could have been a job-saving win. We then had Stoke at home in a match which wasn't very good, in all honesty, for both sides. It was 0-0, 2 sides mid-table, struggling a little bit, but we didn't lose the game. We've picked up 4 points from our last 2 games, which is a lot better than what was, well, from where we were previously, and it has us sat smack bang in mid-table, 13th currently, 7 points off the playoffs, 9 points above the drop, very mid-table. But despite us seemingly turning a corner, or starting to turn a corner, we're not getting that kind of not getting that trust, that faith from the media. If I can find the email that I got, it's put pressure on us. Let me see if I can find it. So I've had 2. There's the most recent one. It says that the Middlesbrough hierarchy appeared to be losing patience with Matthew Rowney, according to the Daily Star, and that if we were to lose to Arsenal in the Carabao Cup, it could seal my fate. We had a similar one a bit further back. I'm not gonna, let me see if I can find it. I'll just search for On Verge. It's not there. We had another one before the Stoke game, where if I'd lost that, I might have got the sack. But I didn't. So I don't know how true that is. I think it would be very harsh if we were to lose and get sacked when we've been beaten by Arsenal, who are absolutely flying all of a sudden in the Premier League. Last time we looked, Arsenal was 6th and didn't look all that good. They're now absolutely flying. They're up to 3rd. And I believe they've been on absolute fire. Their form of late has been amazing. They've not lost since getting beat by Man City at the start of the season. I mean, to beat this Arsenal team is going to be very difficult. So if we were to lose our job due to that, it would be unbelievably harsh, in my opinion. If we do go to the job security, though, it is worth noting we are there insecure. So it is true, our job is on the ropes, and we are in job sacking season. I mean, look at how many managers in the Championship have just gotten sacked. Coventry have sacked Robbins, Hull have sacked Rossignol, Millwall have sacked Rowett, Sheffield Wednesday have sacked, they might have sacked Danny Rowell if it's an updated save, and West Brom as well have sacked whoever they had in charge, Corberan. So we're not too far above these teams. So I do believe, we are on the brink, and if we didn't have a chairman as patient as Steve Gibson, we might be in a bit of trouble. I'll see if I can find as well where it has our expectations. I can't remember where it is now. I was literally looking at it. Is it Club Info? Club Vision. Here we go. So the board are actually alright. It's a C at the moment, but the supporters are an E. They've really lost faith in us, and I think it was the defeat to Sunderland, which has been as I thought, the nail in the coffin. So we need to turn things round for the fans more than anything, and there is no better way than pulling off one of the greatest upsets in the Cup by beating Arsenal at the Emirates. So let's see if we can do the impossible. Team we're going to go with ahead of the Arsenal game. It is also worth noting, I forgot to mention, before that Norwich win, after the last episode, I decided to change tact because something had to change. Something had to happen to stop us conceding the goals we did, and I went with a 4-3-3. So that's what we've gone with. Sitting a defender in front of the back four, being Lewis O'Brien, with Hackney and Howson in front of him, sacrificing the number 10, basically pulling the number 10 and putting him in front of the back four, and playing a more wing play sort of system, getting the ball out wide, overlapping the full-backs, and trying to get balls into the box and scoring that way. And we've not been anywhere near as creative, but we've been better at keeping the ball out. So this is like a second option in these sort of games where I feel like we might be a little bit at risk at conceding plenty. If we're at home, we should still, I think, adopt our primary 4-2-3-1 when we want to be on the front foot. But yeah, as for games like this and when we're in the form we're in, this is the kind of backs against the wall that we kind of want to have. And I'm going to be cautious in this game. We are going to continue to attack the same way. We're very good from set pieces. We keep scoring from corners, so I'm going to play for set pieces and try and take advantage of that skill we seem to have. But yeah, as for this game, we'll still counter press and hold our shape, but out of possession, we're going to sit a lot deeper, and we're going to have to just try and contain this Arsenal side. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. I'm not expecting anything from this other than a strong performance where hopefully we don't get embarrassed. You know, we can come out of it with our heads held high and said we gave Arsenal a game. So yeah, let's take the pressure off. What have we got to lose? Go and cause an upset. We literally are not fancied by anybody. The ultimate underdogs here. And we've got Sky Sports News speaking to us in the tunnel. You continue to struggle. Are there any suggestions that another key defeat might be our last as Middlesbrough manager? I think that would be harsh given this is the Cup, and they're actually really happy with how we've performed in the Cup. So I'm confident. You're coming at this one having struggled a little bit of late whilst your opponents are riding the crest of a wave. Do you anticipate another bad day at the office? It's going to be hard to get a result, but we're up for the challenge. Do you think the first goal will be crucial? Probably not against Arsenal. We could score first and still get hammered. I'm just going to say it's always important to score goals. And here we are then, at the Emirates. What a big day this is for the club, up against what still looks like a pretty strong Arsenal team. This could be a tough watch, but I just hope it's not a job-ending game. It's not a job-ending performance. I think that would be harsh. If we were to lose the next league game, then I think maybe there's an argument, but not this. We need to just hang on in there. Even if we get to a penalty shootout, we've got a chance. But here's the first highlight of the game. We've kept Arsenal relatively quiet for 17 minutes, but it looks like it's not going to last much longer. But there, Trossard with a... What? Dale Fry with a great tackle. He got the ball. VAR, they've got to overturn this. Thank God. Obviously, we don't have VAR in the Championship. First time we've seen it in action this year's game. And it's rightfully come to our save there and our aid. I mean, we've had a few of them. We had one against Sunderland, where I thought we were wrongfully conceded a penalty, and thankfully VAR stepped in and saved us there, because that'd have been harsh. We've competed in this game. Arsenal haven't created much at all. We've created just as much as they have. But I do feel like we might be about to see their quality just find a way. White over the top to Nelson. He crosses it into Smith Rowe, and there it is. Our strong defence has been broken, and Arsenal, as you'd expect, have gotten the lead. It took them 38 minutes. I think it's safe to say we've done well so far. We've looked strong. We've looked well structured. We've not gave them many chances, but as is the way when you play these top sides, they are so clinical, and Arsenal have the lead. Their first shot on target, and it took them 40 minutes. So, I mean, is that a bit harsh on us? I don't know. I feel like it is a little bit harsh. We've obviously not done too much, but I'm not setting us up to go that gung-ho. But I think we did well. You've done well so far. Keep going. I think that's a fair assessment. I might bring us out a little bit second half. We've been cautious. Let's be positive. We might as well be positive now. You know, if we hung on in there, maybe see if we nicked a goal. Now we're behind. We've got absolutely nothing to lose here. I'll keep the team as is because I think they've done all right. But yeah, we're going to come out and be positive. Why not? Although Arsenal have a free kick here. Smith Rowe. This could finish the game, but it's over the bar. Dieng didn't look remotely worried there. Cool as a cucumber was Senny, who's our best performer, by the way, on average across the season. Here's Arsenal again, though. We're still yet to have a highlight. I'm not too surprised by, but I would like to see us have a shot on goal. Dieng with a good punch, although it's going to come back to Smith Rowe. Dieng's back in goal, and it's a good job because he tips Smith Rowe's shot wide of the target. We encourage the boys as Arsenal have a corner on the hour. Can they double their lead? It's headed away. Is there a counter-attacking chance? Can Lath nick it? He can. We've got Lath in the team with his pace. Now it's Isaiah Jones. There is nobody up with him, but he finds Hayden Hackney, who, well, that was a poor ball back into Jones. Another corner here. I'm going to make a couple of changes. And I think, you know what? We've took the handbrake off. We may as well pull O'Brien into midfield. And I think we'll swap Hackney out. We'll drag him up to number 10. And we will replace him with another number 10. McGree can come on and then swap with Rodgers. In fact, McGree's quite good through the middle. And Rodgers is actually rated better as a left-sided midfielder. So I might keep them where they are, actually. And I should really have him as a winger. I think Laugh's added enough. Tommy Smith's struggling a little bit, so I might just bring him off for Vandenberg. But I think we're set up as we normally would be now to compete and really go for this. So as long as Arsenal don't score a second, never mind. Jacob Kiwior has gotten Arsenal second, and I think that is that. Arsenal have got their 2-goal advantage. What a shame. I mean, it was a crowded box. I don't know if Dieng got a hand to that. But that is it. We'll still make the changes and be positive and try and get a goal here. Although Arsenal have come back and, well, that's just lucky. That's just lucky. It deflected right into the path of Nketiah. White was free on the edge, which shouldn't happen, but the shot was blocked and it fell straight to Eddie Nketiah. And now maybe because we've come out and we've tried to be a bit more competitive, Arsenal are going to pick us off. Maybe we should have damage limitationed and kept it at, 2-0. We don't want to get hammered. It might look worse for us. But I want to see us compete here. And if we can get a goal at the Emirates, I think that would be nice for our fans, if I'm honest. McNair to Morgan Rodgers. Can we create something? It comes to Johnny Howson! And that's a wonderful strike by the captain. A great move and a great finish. And Johnny Howson gives the travelling Boro fans something to take home with them. A fantastic strike. It really was. Decent build-up play here. What a ball over to Rodgers, who we've kept on the left for good reason. And Johnny Howson, first time, absolutely smashes it into the top corner. And maybe, just maybe, Boro can come away with something. It might not be progression, but it's going to be a goal for the away fans. And it looks like we're not going to be getting hammered. Gabriel's gone off injured, though, here on the sidelines, which is one of their big centre-backs out of the equation. In the box. Corner comes in. It's out to Isaiah Jones. Back to McGree. It's in there, and Johnny Howson has got a goal, a second. And from nothing, we're back in this game. Can you believe it? Arsenal might be aggrieved that Gabriel was off the pitch, but you've got to be off the pitch for 30 seconds. If you're injured, that's the rules. But oh my word, 10 minutes left. Arsenal are suddenly hanging on here, which is unbelievable. I'm going to bring on Morgan Rodgers, get Sam Silvera on, see if he can stretch his legs with his pace. And I might also do the same with Bangura. Extra pace down the left. Them added legs, can they make the difference with this maybe tiring Arsenal defence, but Boro are in again here. It's another highlight. Surely we can't come from 3-0 down to draw against Arsenal at the Emirates. That would be beyond ridiculous. Fry plays it into McGree. We're doing well to keep the ball here, but I am worried we're going to lose it at any second. Here's the fresh legs then of Sammy Silvera. Keeps it. Bangura. McGree! Oh, a save from Ramsdale. Riley McGree, first time, nearly caught out the keeper. All of a sudden, Boro are pressing for an equaliser. This is incredible. Corner comes in. We've scored from each one of these situations so far. We've had to play the ball back out, recycle possession. Oh, McGree was open there. I thought we could have found him and got the ball back into the box. Let's go attacking. Final 5 minutes into stoppage time. Can we muster a dramatic equaliser? I don't think so. Arsenal are going to hang on. But what a valiant effort from the boys in that second half to make a game of it and take Arsenal all the way. We are out of the Carabao Cup, but not for the ones for trying. I'm going to say you did yourselves proud today, and they all are happy with that. They understand the task at hand, the team we were playing against. Can't fault your effort. I'm not going to say they defended well because they conceded 3. They're not going to accept that. But I'm going to just say to each one of the players, your effort was what mattered there. We know you won't want to elaborate too deeply on the defeat, but can you give us your take? I thought we did well. A lot of what we did out there, I liked a lot of what we did out there. You were predicted by many to be beaten heavily, but only lost by 1 goal. Is that a performance you can take heart from? I think we proved a lot of people wrong. Considering our recent form results, do you think these are the players to turn it around? Absolutely. And hopefully we can take that into the league, because that was a very good, valiant performance despite the result. So I'm hoping we can take that into the next game. We are going to Plymouth, who are very good at home and are just below us in the league table. But for me, here's hoping we can use that performance as a springboard to get a result away at Plymouth, because after that we've got Leicester. So this is a big opportunity for us to get a result, and of course I still think we might be on the brink when it comes to the Championship. So this still could be a job-saving game. Well, interesting. Our job security, which was unsecure when we looked earlier, if you remember, we've had a monthly board performance review, which I was a little bit worried about, I'm not going to lie. But it's gone up to stable. So we've took a step forward with that Arsenal performance, which is good. They're still very disappointed with the defeat to Watford, which started this bad run, and the fact that we're not currently looking like we're going to be in the playoffs. And the Sunderland defeat was a stinger. But a lot of the work we've done in the League Cup, I think, has gave them, reason to see some positives, although the supporters are still not too pleased. And Force's recent performances are a reason for that as well, which is interesting. Everything else is actually alright. Matches, transfers, tactics, squad. It's the club's vision for the future that they're at a D with. Despite with the approach taken towards realising the club's vision for the future. I'm guessing that's just down to us wanting to be in the playoffs. And they're very disappointed that we're not above Sunderland. If we can get above Sunderland, then suddenly I think things will change. It's not something big that needs to change, it's minor things. It's a small run. We did actually have a poll on social media, and the fans were asked if we should be sacked, and 68% of them said we should, which that's great. Thanks, guys. But anyway, there's only one way of turning that around, and that's hopefully getting a result down at Plymouth. So here we are then for the game away to Plymouth. A couple of changes. Tommy Smith has come back in for Ralph Vandenberg. I've also been advised to bring in Paddy McNair for Dale Fry. One, because McNair has been in very good form the last 5 games, and him and Darrell Lenihan actually have good chemistry, which I had no idea would be a thing, but they have got good chemistry. So I've gave Fry a rest and brought Lenihan back in alongside Paddy McNair, see how that goes. And Bangura's come in for Engel. Bangura's played well in the last 5 games as well. O'Brien will still sit at the base of the midfield with Howson and Hackney. Obviously they've got great chemistry together, one side by side. Silvera's come in for Jones, whose performances haven't been great. He has been criticised a little bit for his performances. As you can see, they've not been great. So Silvera's going to come in and get a chance on the right. McGree back in on the left, and it is very much the flip of a coin between Force and Lath, but at the minute neither are in particularly great form. So what I'm thinking is if we are going to bring off Force, I might put Sam Greenwood up front and see how he gets on in that position. They have obviously got really strong inverted wingers with Ballymumba, who's their star player, and Morgan Whittaker, another absolute wonderful player. They like to cut inside, so I'm very much trapping them on the outside, and we're inviting them to cross the ball in. Basically, a bit like, well, what we did against Sunderland didn't work, of course, but yeah, we're going to just try and keep them outside and, yeah, hopefully stops them cutting inside onto their favoured foot and doing damage that way. I will change Paddy McNair to a ball-playing centre-back when we start the game. But the fans have made a long old trip to Plymouth. It's the longest trip in the league, so we definitely should just remind the players of the fans and their incredible support, travelling all the way down to Home Park, which of course in real life is a very tough place to go. And Plymouth have a great record in real life down here, but we've come a long old way, and of course a defeat here could be the nail in the coffin. We might get the email or the meeting, and we might be able to prolong our time at Boro via that, but as it happens so far, we've not had to have that meeting, so we're still okay for the time being. But let me quickly just, Paddy McNair is not a nonsense centre-back, he's a ball-playing centre-back. I think he'll enjoy that a lot more. And I don't want Tommy Smith attacking. I want him supporting. I don't want him getting that far forward. And I'd say the same with Howson. He's a supportive playmaker. Maybe Hayden Hackney's better attacking, I would say. But anyway, changing the roles around a bit. Get back into the game. Give the boys some early encouragement. Bangura seems to have started well. We seem to have started well as well. 2 shots, 1 on target so far. A lot of play coming down our right-hand side, which is interesting. Corner. We do like to play for set pieces nowadays because we are pretty good at them. And Lenihan, with a point-blank header, should have maybe scored there. It was straight at the keeper when it looked like there was more of the goal to aim at there for Lenihan, but we'll give it another go. This time it comes in back out to Paddy McNair, and is it going to be a third corner? I think it's a third corner in a row, and we're going to get another highlight. Third time's lucky. That'd be nice. Near post, it's headed up, it's out from Edwards, and that's that. Didn't make the most of that little bit of pressure, but we seem to be keeping them at bay. We don't really seem to be under any pressure, which I think is the benefit of this 4-3-3. We are looking a lot more defensively solid. It's obviously lacking a bit going the other way, which is why I was hoping set pieces could be a different avenue, but we've not been able to make them count. And it looks like we're going to go into half-time 0-0, but for me, the better team. Our XG's been great. How have we not scored? We've massively underperformed our XG in that first half, so I think we've just got to don't lose faith, keep going. We will get the goals eventually. I just think Force is desperate for a goal. He really, really is. He's desperate for a goal. I'd love him to get one. Howson's got a knock, which isn't ideal. We'll see what happens though after this highlight. Playing it out to the wing then, as we do now. We like to get down the sides a little bit more. Lenihan playing it to McGree. Howson pops out of midfield. Looks like he's just got a minor knock, so it's nothing too serious, I'd like to hope. McNair, good ball out to Silvera, although he's got 2 Plymouth players right on his back. I don't know if we're going to lose the ball here or going to create something from this opportunity. Silvera just keeps it. I mean, this is good ball possession. I'm just waiting for something to happen one way or the other. Hackney then, there's plenty of space down the left if McGree can find Bangura. Here he is then. Alex Bangura crosses it in. Force does get his head on it, but Marcus Force isn't the type who's going to win many aerial duels. What have we got them crosses on? I'm sure I've got it set to low crosses. I have, so not too sure why. Let's work the ball in the box a bit more, because Force isn't the best in the air, so we might have more luck trying to work it through. But once again, here we are down the left-hand side. Bangura once again. It is a low cross this time, and it's almost an own goal there. Deflected off of a Plymouth body. Had to be saved at point blank by the goalkeeper. And we still wait for the first goal in this game. Incredibly. I think we might be in a position here to bring O'Brien into midfield. We'll have him as a more ball-winning midfielder, but I think I'm going to bring Howson forward, and we're going to swap to our previous tactic. And I think we've got to go for this. I think the game is there to be won, and we have got to go for it. So what can we do with Hackney? Can we not push him forward a bit? Push him forward. There we go. Push Hackney forward. I'll leave O'Brien where he is. And we will get Hayden Hackney to be a advanced playmaker. And I think as the number 10, we'll stick McGree there. And I think Rogers has done alright coming in off the left. So we'll have him as a winger. And I'll give Greenwood a chance. I said I'd do it. He's not played up front for us yet. I'm going to give him a chance. So we've shuffled it around in the hope of going for the game here. We've got to go for it. So are we going to be rewarded for our bravery, or is it going to be one risk too far? Could be the difference between getting us back towards where we want to be or getting us potentially in the sack. Oh, we've hit the post! Rogers has hit the post! I can't believe it. How have we not scored? Our XG is incredible, and yet we still can't get the ball in the back of the net. Are we going to hit? Oh, I thought we were going to get hit by a sucker punch at the other end. How have we not scored? 9 shots, 5 on target. This would be 2 points dropped. We're going to go attacking. I feel like we deserve to win this game. I'm going to go for it. Although Plymouth are coming back into the game a little bit. It looks like it's going to be another 0-0. Back-to-back 0-0 draws, but that's one where, unlike the Stoke game, which was a 0-0 all over, we somehow haven't scored. I mean, the back four were fantastic. Dieng was fantastic. From a defensive point of view, we were great, but going forwards, how have we not scored? XG of 2.2. That's unbelievable. But it was a good performance, just lacking the little bit that we needed to win. Yeah, we should have won that. Despite the result, trust the process, we'll be successful. I mean, I'd like to think we'd be successful. I mean, yeah, they defended well. They definitely, although Tommy Smith's distracted for some reason. I thought they created plenty of chances, or a few of them have lost focus. Bit weird. I'm not going to praise the strikers though, because they should have scored and didn't. So that point doesn't do much. We're now 14th still ahead of Plymouth. A little bit closer to the playoffs than where we were. Honestly, another 2 points there, and we've been 4 points off the playoffs, which isn't all that bad, but as it happens, nothing come of it. But we still haven't received any dreaded emails for any board meetings or anything from the ownership, which is good. And we live to fight another day. So what I'm going to do, unless something majorly awful happens, which it very well might do, I will come back for the Leeds game, as it is a huge game for Boro. It's sort of a big rivalry. It's not a derby, but it's a rivalry game. It's on the telly, and we'll play Leeds and Ipswich in the next episode, and I'll play Leicester, Bristol City and Preston off screen. And I'm hoping in that period we can still be here, still picking up good results. Maybe we've started to rally again, and we'll be entering the Christmas period looking like we are going to be in a playoff fight rather than hanging on to our job, which it feels like a little bit at this moment in time. So yeah, we're still in it, just So then guys, not the most entertaining of episodes in terms of goals, but I hope you guys enjoyed it nevertheless. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe for much more. Of course, liking the video goes such a long way when it comes to the old algorithm, of course, and a subscribe as well is incredible. Do comment below your thoughts as always, and until next time, I'll see you tomorrow where I'm hopefully still wearing this very jacket. I'm still in charge of this football club. If not, I'll be joining you a little bit sooner for some sketchy, worrying meetings, and yeah, hopefully it doesn't come to that. You'll have to find out though and tune in to see what happens next. Until then, see you guys in the next one.